Hello guys, welcome back to the 7th episode of How to Make a Game Like Grow a Garden. I quickly want to say that you can now buy this file in the video's description. Just click on the link. It's currently $15 or 3,500 Robux if you want to get it. It gets auto-updated if I drop new parts. And yeah, you can also buy every other series I have, like Battlegrounds, RNG, Tower Defense, Blue Lock, and much more. So yeah, if you're interested, just check out the link in the description. And thanks for supporting. Also, if you want to support me without buying a file, you can of course do so by liking the video, subscribing, and commenting on the video. Yeah. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I now want to add the shop in here. So I'll make the UI first. So let's go ahead and add a screen joy. And in the screen joy, I'm gonna name this to in-game. And I'm gonna add a frame. I'm gonna name this shop. And I'm gonna make this like a bit bigger. I'm gonna make it like, let me just, I think like something like this. Yeah, I think like this. Let's get the position set. I think this is a good size. And yeah, then we want to add a script in there, local script. Name this to shop handler. And now we first want to make all the UI. So we need a holder pretty much. So something where the stuff from the shop can be held. First of all, I'm though gonna add a texture in here. I'm gonna make the shop different color. You can of course design this UI however you want. I'm just gonna make it how I like it. Then I'm gonna add a title, which I have pre-done. So it's gonna be the seed shop. I'm gonna add a resets in label. Yeah, so make sure you rename this like this. And then I'm gonna add two buttons for the close and the restock. Like this. Just two buttons named close and restock. And then I'm gonna insert a scrolling frame named holder. And in there I'm gonna have a template in the UI grid layout. These are the stats for my UI grid layouts. You can just copy them, then add a frame named template, and then you want to add a restock, a Robux button, and a tree icon, a price, and the seed name. I'm gonna make the tree icon a good size now, like this. And yeah, so this is gonna be our template. So yeah, you can just copy what I did or just do it yourself. Yeah, then you want to make the template invisible and close everything up. And then in the shop handler, we can start writing our code. So we first of all want to get the player. So players.local player. We want to get the script for the purchase data, which we want to do right now. So let's go into the URL storage and create a module script and name this purchase data. Zoom in a bit. In this purchase data script, we want to define all our game passes. So to purchase data game passes, it's going to be equal to a table. And then we also should have the .dev product. There's also going to be a table. And that's pretty much it. And yeah, in this we will later on add all our game passes. Yeah, so then we can go back and now we have to require this. So you just want to write local purchase data. It's going to be equal to require replica storage wait for child purchase data. Purchase data. I misspelled that. Not purchase, but purchase data. Then we also want to get the same thing for the plant definitions. call it spread plant definitions, copy and paste. And yeah, then what we want to do is we want to add 2 events to our or 1 event to our remote events, which is going to be called by seed event or by seed request. And then we want to make a new folder called remote functions. And then we want to add a remote function in there. We want to call this the get shop stock, like this. Okay, so in order that we can continue on, we need to write the functionality for restocking the shop. So we need to do this first. So what we need to do is, let me just check. We need to go on the server. First of all, let's get our 2 events. So the local get shop stock going to be equal to replica storage, wafer child remote functions, and then wafer child get shop stock, just like this. And then the second one we need is the local by seed event, which is equal to replica storage, wafer child remote events, and wafer child by seed request. Let's copy both of these. Let's head to our server, scroll up, and then put them there. And we can just put does remote function and dot remote events here, like this. So now that we have this set up, we can go ahead and yeah, first of all, make our service for this. So let's go to our systems folder. Let's add a module script called this shop service. And in this shop service, we want to write the whole functionality for restocking. So we want to do the local shop service right here, and then shop service.current stock is going to be equal to nothing, and then the local restock underscore interval is going to be equal to, let's do 5 minutes, so 300 seconds. Then the local function get sorted seed list, and then we want to return, and then we want to get the plant definitions, so just required, and then .or.keys. Then the function shop service on restock, local has a boost, or this for game passes. We don't need to add game passes yet. What we just want to do is local new stock is going to be equal to a table, and then for underscore comma seed name in I pairs get sorted seed list do. The local definition is going to be plants definitions indexes with the seed name. The local chance is going to be equal to def.chance to be in stock. Now you need to go to your plant definitions and make sure this is there, so the chance to be in stock. And 1.0 is 1 is equal to 100%. So yeah. And just make sure you have this added everywhere. This is going to be the percentage of this to be in stock. So if you want something to be in stock 10% of the times, you just bump this down to 0.1 and you're good. And yeah. So then we make sure we wrote this correctly. Yes, we did. And then what we want to do is we want to continue on. So if math.random is smaller than chance, then new stock for seed name is going to be equal def.stock or 1. So you want to go back again and make sure the stock is here. So the stock for the first one, I'm going to make math.huge, so it never runs out. But I'm just going to change it to 10, so the stock is going to be 10. And if there is no stock, then it's going to be 1. And then new stock, and then let's do that seed. Oh wait, we don't have to do this since, yeah. And then self dot current stock will be equal to new stock, like this. Then the function shop service colon gets stock, and then we just return this. Yeah, then a function shop service colon decrement stock. For the seed name, we just do local amount. It's gonna be self dot current stock index the seed name. If amount and amount isn't equal to math.huge, then amount minus equal 1. If amount is less than or equal to 0, then we set this to nil, and else we set this to the amount, like this. Then we want to do a function, so task.spawn, and we want to spawn a function. Why is my dog barking? Let me just check. Some kids just passed by. Well. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to spawn a function, and we want to do while true, do shop service colon restock, and then wait or task awaits, and we want to wait the restock interval. And then what we want to do is we want to do shop service colon restock down here. Oh, actually, you don't have to call this down here. Yeah. And that's gonna be our shop service done. So now we can go back to our plant server, and we want to scroll down, and we want to get the get shop stock. So let's scroll down, and to get shop stock, that on server invoke is going to be equal to a function, and it's going to get player, and then we just return the shop service, which we have to get up here. So let's go ahead and get our shop service. It's going to be the shop service, like this, and then we just copy this here, scroll down, and we want to return the shop service colon get stock, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, then we can continue back on the client. So yeah, if we want to get some other things, so we also want to get the sound effects later on if we make them. But let's get the UI first. So local shop is going to be equal to script of parent. The local holder is going to be equal to shop workchild holder. Then the local template will be equal to holder workchild template. And yeah, then the local restock button is going to be equal to shop workchild restock, and the local close button will be equal to shop workchild close, and the local resets in will be equal to shop workchild resets in, like this. Then the local restock underscore interval will be equal to, again, 300. The local ordered key, ordered seed is going to be equal to plant definitions dot ordered keys or a table, like this. And then what we want to do is local seeds frames is going to be equal to nothing. The local connections is going to be equal to nothing, like this. And what we want to do then if you do spawn a function, and while true do, I'm going to do local now. It's going to be equal to tick, and the local left is going to be equal to restock interval minus the now module by the restock interval, like this. Then the local m is going to be math.floor, the left, and divide this by 60. The local s is going to be equal to math.floor, the left by floor by modulating it by 60, and then the resets in dot text is going to be equal to string dot format to shop resets in, and then we want to do percent the minutes comma percent the seconds, and then m comma s, and then toss await 1. So then we want to go ahead and do a local function update seat UI, the seat name and the available, like this. And then what we want to do is local frame is going to be equal to seat frames. This is with the seat name. If not frame, then return. Then the frame dot restock dot active is going to be equal to available bigger than 0. The frame dot restock dot text is going to be equal to available bigger than 0, and then by, and then the available left, or just format it like this, or out of stock. And yeah, then the frame dot restock dot background color 3 will be equal to available bigger than 0, and then color 3 from RGB like 0, 170 and 0, so nice green. And then or, and then we make it like gray. And pretty much same for the text color. So let's copy this, paste it, and then it's going to be the restock dot text color 3, and we just make it new, and then we make it white, and else we just make it like a nice red, like this. Then we need a function called local function refresh stock. The local stock is going to be equal to get shop stock invoke server, and then for underscore comma seat name in I pairs ordered seats do update seat UI, and we want to get the seat name and the stock with the seat name or 0, like this. And then what we want to do is for underscore comma seat name in I pairs ordered seats do a local frame is going to be equal to holder, and then find first child seat name. If not frame, then frame is going to be equal to template clone. Frame dot name is going to be equal to seat name. The frame dot visible is going to be equal to true, and frame dot parent is going to be equal to the holder. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do seat name, seat frames, and then with the seat name is going to be equal to frame. And then the local definition is going to be plant definitions index to the seat name. Then the frame dot tree icon dot image is going to be equal to the def dot image. So yeah, you want to make sure that your trees now have an image. You don't have to put one, but it just looks cooler. If you of course choose to have it with an image. And yeah, then the frame dot seed name dot text. So this is currently the template, as you can see. So in the template we have the seed name here, and we are currently modifying this. It's going to be equal to def.name. So make sure your definitions also have a name, which they should have. Then the frame dot price dot text is going to be equal to coins and colon and then def dot price. So make sure your plant definitions, also have a price like this, and also a Roblox price. And yeah, we set this to this. Then we want to go back and change this to Robux, and then and then def.robux price or a question mark, and then we want to put this in brackets, and then Robux. Then if connections seed name, then for underscore comma c in iPairs connections with the seed name, do c colon this connect and ends. And then the connections for the seed name is going to be equal to table. And then table.insert the connections for the seed name. Now we want to do frame.restock .mouse button one click connect function, and we want to do by seed events, fire the server for the seed name and points, and pass awaits 0.1, and then we want to refresh the stock. So of course we will be doing buying in the next episode, because it's not gonna be it's not gonna be that short of a process. So the local product ID is going to be equal to purchase data the def product indexes with the seed name. If product ID, then table.inserts connections with the seed name. I want to insert the frame.robux.mouse button one click, connect a function there too, and then we want to do marketplace service prompts from product purchase for the player and the product ID, like this. Then for underscore button in iPairs, make this a table frame.restock and frame.robux do, and then table.insert, and you want to do connections with the seed name, and you want to put comma there too, and then button.mouse enter connect, and then you want to connect the function, and then we could play some sound effects here, also here. We will be adding sound effects later on to make it more satisfying, of course, but yeah, you could play sound effects everywhere here. So yeah. Then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do close button dot mouse button one click, connect function, and we want to do shop.visible, going to be equal to false. Then we want to go ahead and do restock button, restock button dot mouse button one click, connect a function, and do local PID is going to be equal to purchase data dot def products, and then dot restock. So you want to go to your purchase data and write restock here. And since we have no product, we're just going to put 0 there. And then what we want to do is if PID, then we can do some SFX again, and then marketplace service prompt product purchase for the player and the PID. And then marketplace service dot prompt prompt product purchase finished. Connect the function for the user ID, the product ID, and the was purchased. And then if user ID is equal to player.user ID and was purchased, then pass the weight 0.1 and then refresh the stock. And lastly, we want to refresh the stock. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we can hit play. And as you can see, that tree appeared and the image is there, the coin is there. We cannot buy it yet, but we will be going. Oh, let me see, is the buy event large? Because we already have 26 minutes recorded. So let me see. I think it's a longer one. So we will be doing this in the next episode, I think. Let me see. Scroll down. Yeah, it's a very big one. Yeah, it's a bigger one. So yeah, we will be doing this in the next episode, but now the UI works and you can see it will refresh the stock. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next episode. Peace.